What up? I'm Tyler.
I'm Chris.
And we're here to give you the top 10 movies of all time. And now a lot of people think like, oh, well, it's an opinion. Well, it would be if it were any other two guys.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever been wrong about anything. Have you?
Not about movies.
Not about movies. No, not one time.
Not a chance.
No, guys. If you haven't seen these, put them on your list. If we name a rated R movie and you're under 17, get a parent's permission. Or don't say that we recommended it.
Good catch.
Thank you. Yeah. We work in education and then with a church, so whammy. It's from you're the guest and the best looking and got really soft hair, so you start us off.
Most people that know me think that I'm going to go with like some crazy random comedy, but I'm kind of like I like the dramas, the artsy films, and so
the tear jerkers, the heart pullers.
I like Okay, so I'm going to start with Wes Anderson film.
Good choice. I like Wes Anderson.
Yeah, and I really could say almost any movie here.
Yeah.
But of his. But I'm going to go with the original that got me into Wes Anderson stuff.
What was it?
Do you know which one it is?
I was going to say Rushmore. Bottle Rocket? The original?
No, I love that one, but the one that got me into it was Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, that was a good one. That was the first one I bought, was Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, me too.
Gosh, that's a good one.
I love Bottle Rocket. I love all of them. But to me, like, that's the one where I was like, who is this guy? Loved it. He has a falcon and stuff. So, happy ending.
Win. Right now.
Right now.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 5, and I'm going to count down on mine, because my list hasn't changed in about 9 years, so I'm pretty set. So, spoiler alert, nothing from the past 9 years is in there. Sorry.
Well, it's going to be upsetting.
Forgiveness is more than saying. Sorry, what's that from?
I thought you were about to go with Don Henley.
I don't know Don Henley.
Okay, go ahead.
No, mine's from that Ryan Reynolds movie, Best Friends or something, where she goes, forgiveness, playing the guitar. No, okay, Chris Pratt's wife. I'm sure that's not what she wants to be called. She probably wants to be called by her actress name, not Chris Pratt's wife. Get to the movie, Tyler.
Yeah,
come
on.
Sorry. I would have to go with Shawshank Redemption.
Dude!
I know, it's good. It's okay. It can still be on your list. We can double up.
Okay.
We can double dip on this.
I was about to go with that first, which ticks me off.
Oh, but okay. Okay, Shawshank Redemption. My dad's favorite movie. It's my 5th favorite movie because, I'm not better than my dad, but I've got, I'm a little more progressive, you would say. But my favorite line from the movie, either get busy living or get busy dying. And that's just like, that can be a mantra for your life.
Yep.
Man, if you need me to explain more why that movie's on a top 5 list, you need to go back to school.
Go back to moron school.
Go back to moron school and try to graduate and move to
Here's what I love about in that movie is when Andy says that he's still got hope, and Morgan Freeman says that hope is a dangerous thing in here, and that's right. I think right around the time of that conversation, that was anyway. But just good. Like, you never let go of hope.
Never let go of hope.
It's on my top.
Because when you do, you drop it, and it can't swim.
No.
Hope
floats.
Hope. Another great movie. Is that in your top 10?
No.
Oh yeah, no.
I love stories about storytellers, and so the second, in my no particular order, top 5, which now you know the third, but the second is Big Fish.
Ooh, that's
you ever seen it?
Yeah, it's a great movie with Ewan McGregor.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Beautiful story.
Beautiful story. And the reason I love it is because love telling stories, love that in any good story, this is just a note for the viewing public, in any good story, there's always that 10% added in. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't, the voices are a little louder, the screams are a little crazier, the sky's a little bluer, whatever. There's always just a tad bit. It's just like an Instagram photo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a filter.
You filter a little bit.
That's a little Valencia on it. Or VSCO if you're really getting classy.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So that's the storyteller adding in just a little bit of something, and I like how that movie, it shows you the film, the whole story through the eyes of the way the story was being told in this big way, but then in the end, spoiler alert.
It's been out for like 15 years, so it's okay to spoil it.
Spoiler alert, it kind of unveils the story at the end. It's really beautiful.
Have you ever seen True Detective?
Negative.
There's a couple really good parts where it does just that. They're telling it, like they're explaining their story to the guys that are interviewing them, and when they're telling the story about what happened, it's clipping back to what actually happened, and it's really cool because it's not the same story.
Gotcha.
It's super cool. Great show. And I would consider it just an 8-episode movie because it's so phenomenal. Okay, my next one, we're counting down. My number 4 is The Peaceful Warrior. Have you ever seen that? It's a little less known.
I feel bad.
The cover has like a dude with his arms out, and he's like bowed up looking. It's on his back, and he's like a gymnast. And it's about this gymnast who was just living like a crazy dude. And then I believe it's Nick Nolte. I always get him and Gary Busey mixed up. I'm almost positive it's Nick Nolte. Busey's a little more crazier and a little more frizzy. and he grunts a lot more. He's the guy from Rookie of the Year. Nick Nolte's in it. He's like the sage janitor who kind of helps him get on the track, and it's just really cool how he kind of controls himself, focuses, kind of gets his life together, and he gets in charge of his own decisions.
Nice.
Apparently, I like movies where people take control of their life. Maybe I need to
Let
get
it go.
control of my life. Oh,
Maybe you
yeah.
need to let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Was that Pocahontas or Aladdin?
Frozen.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Sponsor, Anna from Frozen. Hello.
In no particular order, third choice is a film about music because I love music and it's inspiring and incredible, and it's the film Almost Famous.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Cameron Crowe directed
it, yeah.
And
Eliza Cuthbert, was she the girl in it? Or I'm thinking the girl next door.
this was,
Who was
Hudson. What's her name?
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson.
Because she was like Eliza, I can't say her. Eliza Cuthbert. She's like Kate Hudson Jr. Like
Okay.
she's like a replica of her.
Well,
I don't know if that's true.
it's the original Kate Hudson.
Original Kate Hudson.
But one of my favorite parts about this movie, it's about this kid. Well, it's actually Cameron Crowe's like part of his life, where he goes and he's a writer for Rolling Stone, or he's trying to become one.
Yeah.
But the best part of it to me is there's another writer that kind of mentors him. Oh man, I'm gonna forget his name.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
No, not in the movie, but in
Oh.
real life. He's like an Oscar-winning actor. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you
Oh, man. He was good.
I know, he was great. Anyway,
great.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's in the movie, and he plays this mentoring role of this kid, and it's just a really great relationship, a really cool movie. Lots of great music in it. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It is rated R though, so if you're 18 or under, definitely.
So is Shawshank. Shawshank was rated R.
Shawshank is rated R. This is rated R though. I think there might be a couple things in this that are a little bit of that, so you got to be careful. I don't know. I can't remember, but it's a great movie, great story.
I drive a spaceship.
His spaceship just
Space chip. Just dipped into some salsa in the space chip. My number 3 is Garden State. Written, directed by Zach Braff, starring Zach Braff, Natalie Portman. And, one of the reasons I would rank a movie in my top chunk is not just because of, the movie itself, like you sit and you use the hour and a half of a movie, but, how the movie affected me at that time in my life.
Yeah,
that's how
good.
I rank it. I rank it based on me personally, and that's why it is an opinion. It's based on, when I think of that movie, it brings up so many things. That was when I was in college. I was looking for the girl I wanted to marry. The Garden State soundtrack is probably my number 1 favorite CD compilation of all time.
It's great.
I loved it. The song Fair by Remy Zero is my number 1 song. It's so good all the way around. And when I think of the movie, I think of not just the movie, but everything surrounding it in my life. So It has to fit in the top 3. Whether you like or dislike Zach Braff, the movie was great in the time it came out, and it has to be in my top 3.
good.
What's
I like
up?
it.
Thanks,
well,
bro.
No, I mean,
Your support.
I actually could say that about Big Fish. That's a really good. You know what I mean? It is true. If it has something to do with you, or it resonates with you, or changes your life in a certain way, man, it makes me kind of rethink some of the other ones I'm about to say.
You're about to be like Anchorman.
Exactly. 2 more.
Yeah.
Not counting Shawshank. I think I'm just gonna,
you can skip it or you can use it.
I'm going to leave
Use it.
Shawshank out. Okay. That's a great story about a great storyteller, but it's got Johnny Depp in it, and so I need to put a Johnny Depp out there. I like Johnny Depp. People, he gets a bad rap sometimes.
Well, he's in some crummy movies sometimes.
But I feel like he's a great actor.
He is a great actor, but I think some of his
some
idiosyncrasies kind of turn people off to him because he's very he feels like he thinks he's better than some people. I think that's the vibe I get. But he does make he is a great actor.
Right.
Versatility is phenomenal. He does.
Yeah.
He's like John Turturro or Tarantino. What's his name? The guy that was in. Cares. Back to you. I'm sorry, but he's so versatile as an actor.
Finding Neverland.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah, movie about the author of Peter Pan and how he wrote this play. And my favorite part in the movie is when they're first watching the play, and Dustin Hoffman is playing the owner of the
theater?
Yeah, the theater,
Yeah.
or at least the promoter, saying this is never going to work, and he says it will, and he's got special guests, and to save certain spots in the theater for the special guest, and it ends up being children from the orphanage, and then the play begins, and anyway, something again, spoiler alert, but what happens during that moment, it changes the feel in the audience, and Dustin Hoffman just says brilliant, and it just as a pastor or whatever, when you think about a service or you think about what you're trying to do. Even I'm sure directors or whatever, just what you got to think about. What's the different twist we can put on this to make it work? And that's what I loved about that story. It's cool.
Gosh, it was good.
Yeah.
Such a good. You want my favorite quote from the movie?
Yes.
Just a bit of silliness, really. Like that part, like
Right.
I still say that in
Right.
conversations whenever I do
Right.
something, and like somebody looks at me like it's weird what I did. I go, "Oh, it's just a bit of silliness, really."
Right.
And they look at me, and I never explain
Right.
what it's from, and nobody ever gets it. I don't
Right.
think anyone's ever gotten it as a quote from that. But now we will.
Now we will.
And now you will.
Now
so
you will.
welcome to our little inner circle. It's the inside joke, and you're welcome to come in and keep the key. I zipped up before I threw the key in. That's always good to clear your throat on camera.
It is good.
So my number 2.
The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. Okay, sorry.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. What is he?
was not
Is that what he
bad.
says?
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
How now, brown cow? That's a movie I hadn't seen in like 10 years, and we still.
I know, we still
That shows
quote
you
it.
how much you quote movies when you're younger.
True.
So, I wish I'd studied for tests like that. Maybe tests should be more interesting. School people, I'm working in school. Okay, and this was my number 1 for a long time, and it's rated R, so don't watch it unless you are approved or older. Fight Club.
Yep.
I loved Fight
Good
Club. And here's the thing a lot of people don't get about Fight Club. You hear Fight Club, you think action movie. Fight Club was a dark comedy depicting our society's infatuation with materialistic things.
Yep.
That's what it was. It was mocking and showing how we feel like our lives just flow through with no purpose. And these were a group of guys, and I think one of the good quotes that Brad Pitt's character has, Tyler Durden has in the movie is, "We have no great war, no great depression. We're the middle men of history. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great history, our great depression is our lives." Like that's the thing. Like our.
Wow.
I don't know. Like if you don't have something big or something you stand for or something that puts you out of the norm, you're wasting this gift. And
Yep.
I don't know. It's just
Wow.
the movie seemed more. And plus, it had entertaining aspects to it, and it had some comedy to it, and it was a good movie. And great book too. Actually, the book I didn't like the book. I need to turn right here.
No, keep going straight for quite a while.
Hey, you tell me when, because I'm not gonna pay attention.
I will tell you.
I didn't like the book, and here's why. Because the movie jumps a lot between you're from the narrator's point of view, but imagine being in his head when this is going on, and I don't want to spoil it because if you haven't seen it, it's good. But it's the book makes you get a headache, and that's the only thing I didn't like about it. Maybe because I read it while I was driving or while I was riding in a car, that didn't help either, and I was hot.
While you're
So maybe I need to
driving.
redo it. Yeah, I was driving. I was like, hey, here we go. I don't know. That's mine. I was number 1 for a long time. I've watched it. I used to watch it literally every day for like one summer. I watched it every day for like 3 or 4 weeks. That's not an
What?
exaggeration. Yeah, I'd just come home, watch it after I'd work,
Kind of
work,
warp your mind.
work out, come home. Yeah, I got pretty messed up. I slept on the floor for a little while. I don't know. I just wanted to try it out. I want to start living off the land, and I started with the floor, and it's super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Super uncomfortable.
But you're working out. You're probably getting buff. You start keeping your fingernails short and
Yeah.
stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, it's the rule. It's the
It's the
rules,
rule.
man.
It's
Yeah,
the rule.
actually, it wasn't one of the rules, but it's always just nice to do.
It's better.
Guys started cutting their fingernails short.
Becomes the
because
reason.
they got serious about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So the background noise is my son on the iPad, though. Sorry about that.
Make a left at that light.
The New York
That's
Minute.
not for you guys.
You need to stay where you are.
Right.
Well, if you're gonna get over, at least look for cars, guys.
Right.
Or don't be watching this while you're driving. Rule number 1. Rule number 2: don't talk about it. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. If I was ranking in a particular order, Big Fish would probably be my number
That's a
1.
good one.
So we were supposed to go left there, but for
Oh.
sake of just left
Yeah,
to
we
the
needed
next
this extra
slide.
time. We're rolling up on an 18-minute video. We're gonna split this in 2. Go ahead.
Yeah. We may need to do like a 4-part series.
That's a good idea. We could do this. We'll have Chris come back every week. Let us know in the comments if you want Chris to come back every
Oh,
week for
gosh.
another movie talk.
Ooh, no, I'm rounding out the top 5, and then I think we gotta maybe like honorable mentions or something because there's so many. But I have to have a comedy because comedies are honestly what I watch more probably than a lot of the other movies because they're hilarious and they're amazing. I think this film is ridiculous and hilarious, and some people down it, but I don't care. Zoolander.
Gosh, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. You know they're making a Zoolander 2. It's been filming.
I
You
can't
knew that,
believe
right?
that.
Yeah, you can.
I do. I know.
Okay,
but
good.
I'm excited.
Gosh, so good.
I know.
Cool story, Hansel. That's what I used to say all the time. Whenever my buddies would say a boring story, we'd go, cool story, Hansel. And it was just the best. Gosh, that was a good movie. That was a good
My
choice.
favorite was when he was like, when we say Earth 2, we're not actually saying that we're like on another planet. Hello.
Boring. You can say boring.
Okay, so anyway,
What is this,
And-
a school for ants?
Right.
I laughed the hardest in that whenever he's like that little model of that building and,
And
he
then,
threw it on the ground.
and you don't
So
even think
good.
about Will Ferrell, like how great he
Yes,
was.
he was. He goes, oh, right. Make it larger. He's like, it needs to be at least 3 times
I
that
want a
size.
piping hot Hansel right now. Anyway, the bloopers on that,
So good.
make sure you watch that, like the extended scenes, because that's all really funny. But anyway, as far as comedies go, I could have gone with a Chris Farley movie, Adam Sandler, or some of the old school stuff, but
Yeah.
that movie, when I saw it, I just couldn't believe it. It was so ridiculous, so funny. Love it.
Here's one of the things too about Zoolander. I think like some comedy ages. Like a lot of the earlier comedies, like stuff from like 20, 25, 30 years ago, it's not funny anymore because that's not the type of comedy that people are into. I think
Right.
Zoolander either was so ahead of its time or encompassed so many different types of comedy. Like it was so intelligent the way they dumbed down these characters and
Right.
played into it. So good. And I think that comedy does stand the test of time. So I think that's a great choice, man.
Thank you.
Great choice.
My top comedy for sure.
My number one favorite movie of all time that knocked Fight Club. Fight Club was in the run, like number one for 6 years.
Neck and neck.
And this one knocked it out. And the reason is, it is a comedy.
Oh.
And the reason it knocked it out is because if I ever wanted to make a movie, a comedy, I wouldn't, because they already made my perfect comedy. Because everything in it is like what I find funniest. Like their type of comedy, it's so hilarious to me.
So intrigued to know the answer to this right now.
A what?
I just want to know what
Do you
it
know
is.
what it is? Do you want to guess?
No.
Okay.
There's no way I could, but I'm freaking out.
It's Hot Rod. Have you ever seen
Really?
Hot Rod?
I've seen it one time.
Ah, dude, it's so funny. Like, all the jokes are so clever. It's so funny and witty. It's so out of the box. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
no one else could have written that movie. Like, there's movies you go to, like every Hugh Grant movie. Like, oh yeah, any like mediocre writer on the internet who has a blog could write this movie. No one else could have written this movie except for The Lonely Island. Like, that's it. Like, no one else could have written it. It was so funny. Like, it was just so good.
I love it.
I love it too. Yeah, that's our list. That's our definitive list. I'm sure we left out some great movies. List your favorite movies in the comments. Make sure you follow Chris. Chris, what do you want to follow me on, Instagram or Twitter?
Oh, let's go Instagram. I think
Instagram.
Instagram's good. At
It's hot.
Octerbeck.
At Octerbeck. Can you spell that for the people? I'm going to have it written here, but can you spell it too in case I get lazy and don't write it there?
You don't give me a lower third, I
I'm
swear.
sorry. I'm gonna get them to make a graphic from the church.
I will
Put
go
it in there.
Fight Club. Okay.
Oh.
H-T-E-R-B-E-C-K. O-C-H-T-E-R-B-E-C-K.
I feel like I need to clap twice at the end of that. All right, that was great. And you can follow me at Tyler Tarver. That's Instagram, Twitter, pretty much everything except for
Me
Facebook.
too on Twitter, too.
Yeah, you
It's
got
also
Octerbeck on
Twitter.
everything. You got your
Everything.
last name on everything.
Yeah, I do.
How awesome! Like that's
Stamped it.
That's the gift, man. Like
gift.
that's awesome.
It's a gift and a curse.
It is. It really is. I got Michael Tarver, the boxer who beat Roy Jones Jr., so I don't ever get to get my last name on anything ever. Now I did get Batman at ANF.com when Abercrombie started doing email domains back in the early 2000s. A lot of people know they did that.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, well, they got rid of it because it was DUMB. My kid's back there. But I got Batman at. Who
Take it
cares? All right. That's us signing off. Peace.
Peace. We need to do an honorable mentions.
We need to do a round two, depending on if this one does. If everybody hates it, then we won't. But if they actually, we should do it anyways.
It was really long.
It was. It was at 22 minutes, and I'm still going. I didn't turn it off. I just held the button. There we go. Oh.